What's up? I'm your host, Inspirational. Chapter 45 is out on Webtoons Monday, March 16, 2020. This was recorded when the chapter is considered fast-pass, so if you don't use coins to read, please wait until the day the chapter is free, and then you can come back. This is your only spoiler warning. So now, let's begin. We see Kirian's parallel compared to Lauren's aftermath this chapter. Since Kirian doesn't really have much travel time since, well, he lives in the cave / his apartment, so we don't really get any of those panels of him traveling back home. Instead of a punching bag, Kirian is a little more rugged and takes on the wall, but fails. Granted, he does crumble a piece of rock from the cave wall. I'm sure that requires a lot of force to happen. The panel where he removes his hand from Lauren's neck and there was just blood stained everywhere was a beautiful shot, especially since that reality could have easily happened. This is followed up with his bright blue eyes glowing into the water with blood everywhere, showing how Kirian views the Purple Hyacinth compared to what he actually looks like the panel after. After all the harmful stuff he says to Lauren, when he was walking into the streets, his conscience gets the better of him as he gives 3 kids on the streets enough money to last a couple of days, which shows his duality in society and what happens when he feels remorse. Maybe after every mission, Kirian goes and works at a food bank or at a shelter to offset the killing that he does. Kirian appears at an abandoned church with holes and cracks everywhere, and he sits down at the confession booth and immediately swaps modes when the messenger of the Phantom Scythe shows his face, and Kirian with a wicked grin says, "Forgive me, Father, I have sinned." Kirian continues to boast about his success and how he has set a new record for the leader, making it back from the 15th floor. We see the logo of Phantom Scythe, which looks like a hooded figure with a scythe around it, and we've seen this logo before, I think as early as episode 2, with the bloody logo stained in red near a crime scene. This is pretty expected, and it's good to look out for this logo, since I think this is the first time that we saw it on letter or paper. I love the titles the authors use, and I usually use the last word to make my own titles, but the chapter title for the last episode actually coincidentally showcases the scenario that Kirian is in. Confessional conundrum kind of alludes to the paradox of what happens when you go to confess in a confessional booth and the moral dilemma behind it. While Kirian himself going to a church is ironic enough. A new mission has been issued, and the leader wants Kirian to complete this next one fast, which is to find Loon and kill him. This puts Kirian in a pickle since he is also Loon and he can't go kill himself for this mission. We'll finally get to see the first mission that Kirian will not complete to the fullest, as he'll probably not want to kill Lauren since he really needs her to get access to the information that she has, because he's been trying for so long on his own. He hasn't gotten any close to the leader. As Kirian said back in episode 12, he only kills when he's ordered to or if it's the only solution, and killing Lauren and himself is definitely not the only solution here. Let's figure out what will actually happen. Lauren will probably ignore Kirian for a good bit, so Lauren will have to track her down in person, maybe in public, so that they can formulate and he can apologize for, almost killing her. Formulate what next to do because the leader has put a hit list on their heads. What if Lauren is on the job and Kirian just appears? Or what if Lauren decides to go solo tracking down the Phantom Scythe and Kirian has to go interject since their lives are even more at stake? What will probably happen is that Kirian and Lauren might have to set 2 people up to take the fall for their actions so that they can continue to work in the shadows. Since they haven't actually figured out who the Apostle is, they have to continue to play their hand secretly. If, however, they actually use the Apostle as a scapegoat, then that would solve all the issues because they got all the information from the Apostle, use him as the fallback, and then get him out of the picture. But we'll find out. We know that the Scar guy is back in town, so maybe he knows what's up with the Apostle since he's been around for a long time now. That's all for the chapter. Make sure to heart the chapter on Webtoons every time you finish reading, and comment to be a part of the community. Subscribe to get access to these reviews every week. My social media can be found by searching Inspirational on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Shout out to my designer. You can find his work on Instagram at JatinV_photography. See you all next week. See you all next time.